Alright, so I'm currently building this engine hoist right here. It's meant to lift up this 350 5.7 liter TBI engine I got out of the pickup bed because I ain't strong enough to lift. Using an old trampoline to put this sumbitch together. These are the safety net railings for it. I tried the way it is right now, hold myself up with it, and it held me, which I don't weigh a whole lot. Alright, it's the next day now. I've got some of it together. That piece right there, that fell off when we were moving it out of the driveway. Got a piece across there holding stuff together. It's just tacked together. I don't have it welded very tightly just in case I want to move things around. Got some pieces of rebar right there, kind of some side to side supports. Got these big black poles right there for something. I don't know what. There's them big black poles on there. Apparently I put them up in the corner. I don't. That looks like crap. Holy. Oh man. I'm surprised that even done anything. Oh. See, shaky camera. Oh yeah, I'm hanging on that thing. I'm hanging on it like Tarzan. Yeah, I plan on putting like a little plate thing up there for a winch at some point during this process, I think. Oh, that's quality. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I'm trying to get some supports up in them corners just to keep the downforce from, like, I don't know, making the whole thing cave in or something, making it explode, tip over. I ain't no Scientologist, so I don't know how to make a stable structure. There's a big something I'm measuring between the two. Oh yeah, I think I want some support between that bottom chunk. But I don't think I ever done that. Uh-oh. Oh shit! Here we go again! Here's a piece of metal I'm about to cut up into my plates. I'm gonna cut it kind of in half down the middle, and I'm gonna double layer it, weld it together. Here's the winch I got for it. This is the cheapest one I could get from Harbor Freight. Got a coupon with it too, so I got it for like $60. Really good deal. And it supports, I think, 2,500 pounds apparently. Theoretically. We'll see about that. It comes with a cool little remote. I don't think I ever tried it, but it's cool. Here's my plate. I got it cut up. I got it welded. I got some holes drilled into it. I forgot to record that, but it bowed a bit when I was welding it, so that kind of affected things negatively. We'll see a little bit later. Yeah, I'm definitely no professional welder. You can tell from those quality looking lines. Yeah, I used the drill press to drill them holes. I did some basic measurements. I laid the winch over it and kind of marked some spots. Got it roughly straight and even. And we'll grind that spot flat. There's a cat right there, little Dunder Mitty kitty. Oh, Mitty kitty. Oh. Alright, so my holes wasn't big enough, so I'm going to have to come down here and waller them out a little bit. I got all my chunks cut up. I got some extra material, and I don't think I ended up using it, but I was going to kind of use it across, or, I can't remember fully now, but I think, what I did was I made the plate, and I used those two pieces. Those, not the full triangle piece, but those other two slabs laying next to it to kind of box it in, make a triangle shape, and you'll see that. Now this is an epic shot. You can really see what's going on here. Alright, here's the first test mount of the winch. This is before I boxed it in on the top. I've got my car sitting there just to power it. I backed it up and just hooked it to the battery that's in the trunk for some reason when there's plenty of space under the hood. There's it going down, there's it going up. Look at it go. Look, it's going down. Sure, it makes noise or something. I'm gonna manage them wires. Well, I never really do, but I plan on managing them wires, kind of running them in a certain way. So here I am boxing in around the top. I'm just trying to get as much contact as I can everywhere, just to keep the plate from like ripping off whenever it has load on it. And this looks really bad. I took little chunks of rebar and just tried to fill in some of them gaps where it had bowed so bad from the heat. Look at that. Look how straight them bolts are coming out. I didn't really test fit it when I shoved those in there, and I just welded them down. And I had to cut a little piece of the winch just to slot it in there. There's a little puppy dog. Pooper. Pup dog. Little Francis pup. You can just like put the winch on there and then screw the nuts in from the bottom. And the top you don't have to hold it because they're welded to the plate. You don't have to reach a wrench in there. You can just take it off, put it back on fairly easy. Here's the moment we've all been waiting for. We're getting this baby ready to load up and move. Here I come. I'm carrying in the winch. We're about to shove it up on there. I don't know. And I had pictured the wires running the opposite direction. I could flip the winch around, but I didn't. So all we're doing right here is we're planning on lifting it up and have it hang there for a minute, move the pickup out from under it, and then back the other pickup underneath it, drop it back down, and be done. So this is kind of our mistake area. The hoist does not fail. Actually, I've used the hoist a couple times now, and I'll show a video of it in a minute. I have never moved an engine like this before, or never really moved an engine at all, except for like a little lawnmower engine. I didn't really know the proper way to put the chain on it, and I thought I had put some bolts through the head and put one around the stud at some point. That may have actually happened later. Dummy me didn't watch no videos in preparation of this. I kind of just YOLO'd it, and we'll see the results. That ratchet strap is gonna do something. Something's gonna happen to it. And another issue that actually I didn't really notice immediately was that the winch, while it can support that weight, it can't just hold it sustained. And I don't know if that's a fault of this winch or if that's a fault of all of them. I don't know. It kept sinking back down, and we didn't notice it in the moment, I don't think. The chain was the big issue, and I think when we finally pulled out, that's what gave it that shock to let it go from the chain. Now go forward a bit. And it may have still felt anyway, even if it wasn't dragging on the bed. Okay, we're about to come off of it. This is the moment where if it doesn't hold it, it's just gonna fall. So if this does not hold, this is about to just fall off. And the tire that it was sitting on had kind of got stuck to it, and we also couldn't really lift it up well enough to get it out from under it. It probably will, so. And my brother here is trying to use a shovel to kind of peel it off, and he's trying to also just stay back because we don't know if the hoist is going to support this thing. We don't know if the engine's just going to fall and land and crush his feet. We were both wearing steel toes, so that is one safety thing we did do right, I think. I wrapped some ratchet strap around the winch just in case, like, when it started lifting, it didn't just like rip it off the plate and smack down into the engine or into the bed of the pickup or something like that. It's oiling. Yeah. Shit. What do we do? Cry. That's what I said. Not good. Not good at all. Which, I mean, that was a lot of load onto that hoist, and it held together through that. I was not nearly as mad as I thought it would be if that had happened. I was pretty. I think it helped that I had in my mind that there was a good chance that it could fall, and it made a huge mess in the driveway. I had a decent amount of oil in it, and it broke the oil sensor off. The fitting had broke off of it, and it just was bleeding.
But you think it's still held on that side?
Yeah.
It just slipped on the other side.
I ended up wrestling with it. I used the chain or the winch to help lift it, get it back on its belly, back on the tire. And once I did that, I got the chain. I got all the slack off the top of the chain. And I put a couple bolts through the head and then one onto the one of the accessory studs that were sticking down the head, which probably destroyed the threads on that. But at the time, I did not care. I just wanted to get that thing lifted.
Bro, you got that camera still recording?
It is. You want me to stop it?
Yeah, that was a heartbreaking moment. Heartbreaking.
How do you stop it?
Just start stop button.
Oh, I see.
If you could see our faces, you would know it. We were pretty disappointed. Trying to contemplate what to do with this thing. And the exhaust, the way it's cut, it made it hard to try to tip it back over by hand. It was a fight to get it. So this is after I got it lifted back up, and there's it in the back of my S10. Actually, I think it's hanging right here. Yeah, I think I have it floating.
But I wish I recorded me, get it up. I had to use the winch a little bit to get back tipped on its bottom. Then I use it kind of lift the sides up to get the chain around it. And this winch was a sink, so you only get about 10 seconds. You only get about 10 seconds, 20 seconds of it, being up in the air long enough as it starts slowly sinking down. So I got it pretty far up there. Got it just over the bed. I lifted up a bit more to get the tire underneath there. Lift it up a little bit for y'all just so you can see it lift.
Yeah, once I got that chain hooked up on there right on, man, it just picked it right up and it had no issue. Oh.
There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. She's squatting a little bit too now. Out in Florida or South Carolina, wherever the hell.
There's the broken oil fitting piece. The coil up there, and I think the ignition control module got smushed a bit. They may still work. I haven't tried them yet. We'll see. I don't know about that flex plate flywheel thing, if it got bent or not, but it doesn't matter because I'm getting rid of that baby because manual transmission for life. Yeah, I was actually just put this thing in a cradle, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And yeah, them threads being caked with dirt and oil kind of screwed me a little bit when I was putting that on, but I was able to get it cleaned out. I was able to blow it out real good, and while I was hanging there. I got most of the bolts in without any issues. There's that oil cinder, part of it at least. Beautiful. Big old mess everywhere. The old S10, that's what the 350 is going into, that old S10. Currently has a 2.2 liter with a T5 5-speed. I raised a couple months later. I kind of took a break from all this. So I'm just moving it from the bed of the S10 into the cradle. And unfortunately, the camera goes out of focus and the footage is terrible. Of course. Here she goes. She's lifting. See the weight take off the pickup. She comes up. She comes up. Up. The tire is kind of stuck under. It didn't get stuck underneath if I couldn't get it out. So I didn't really try, to be honest. But I thought it was going to be okay. I jump in. Beautiful takeoff. Now that tire being under there caused, when it fell, it just dragged it off and hit the ground. And that's what I think caused the motor to start spinning. And I planned on doing this all in one big motion where I lift it, pull it out, and then I put the cradle on at one time. But I was kind of scared, and I just decided to put it down on the ground for a minute to get myself I was shaking. I was pretty nervous during all this. So once I got myself calm and collected, I lifted it back up and got it into the cradle. And I don't think I got any footage of that, unfortunately, but there you go. There's it working. Look at that thing shake. The way it was bouncing earlier, too, kind of scared me. But I also didn't have some of its lower supports that had those rebar, which I don't think that made a huge difference. Fairly happy with the results. Thank you.